name is Lizelle from Lizelle Loves Books, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, I'm just a girl who likes reading romance, fantasy romance, paranormal romance, any kind of genre of romance in general. And I also happen to have cerebral palsy, and it would mean the world to me if you would subscribe to my channel. Happy Wednesday! Today's video is going to be my July end of the month wrap up. I'm going to talk about all the books that I read in the second half of July. I'll leave my mid-month wrap up in the description down below. So if you want to know more about the books that I read in the first half of the month, please go check that video. I read in total for the month, I read 24 books. 6 books I'm gonna go by fairly quickly because I did videos on both of them. The first 3 are going to be fantasy romance books, and I did a fantasy romance recommendation video, so if you want to know more about them, please go check that video. The Flames by Olivia Darling. This girl, when she was born, she was bonded to 5 dragons, but then she has to run away from her kingdom because her father and mother disowned her. I gave that book 4 stars. North Queen. Here, the heroine has amnesia. We find her in the woods, and she finds out she is a queen. I gave that book 4 stars also. Slaying the Vampire Conqueror. It's about this girl who's an assassinator for this god, and her job is to assassinate this vampire. I gave that book 5 stars. The next 3 books I also have a video for. It's the Voraxia Mate series by Elizabeth Stevens, and I did a new to me author video for Elizabeth Stevens. So if you want to know my full thoughts on these books, please go watch my video. But I gave the first book, Taken to Voraxia, 4 stars. I gave the second book, Taken to Nobu, 5 stars. And I gave the 4th book, Taken to Heimo, 4 stars. It's an alien romance series, fated mates trope. I also can't really say much about because it's book 14 in a series, and that is Dark Skye. It is the 14th book in the Immortals After Dark series, and the heroine is a witch, and the hero is a demon, but he doesn't really think he's a demon. And they are fated mates, and they meet when they are children, but something happens to them that makes each other believe that they betrayed each other. So as they grow up, instead of liking each other, they grew to hate each other. And they're grown adults now, and something happens that forces them into the same proximity. And even though they're fated mates, they try to deny it because they don't like each other. So you can say it's a friends to lovers to enemies to lovers again. Criminal Intentions, Season 1, Book 8. I really can't say too much about this one also, except we follow two partners, two cops, called Sung Jae and Malcolm, and they have a romantic relationship and they are partners. They try to solve these cases that their police chief assigns them to. And it's sort of like a procedural drama. This is like the best LGBTQ representation I've seen in a whole series, and the series is very bingeable. I listened to the books on script, and each of the books are only like 3 or 4 hours, so it's very bingeable. Mistakes Were Made, and it is a sapphic romance. It's a best friend mom romance, and what happens is both the girls have a one-night stand. One of the girls is younger, obviously one of the girls is older, but they have a one-night stand. A few days later, come to find out that younger heroine stays with her friend's house, and when she meets her friend's mom, it's the person she had a one-night stand with. I give this book 4 stars. Oh, I forgot. I gave Dark Sky 5 stars. Criminal Intentions, Episode 8. Correct. I gave 5 stars. Maestro. And this is the angstiest book I've read in a long time. But we follow Aurelia and Chadwick. They meet when they are 13. They go to the same music school. Aurelia is a celloist and Chadwick is a violinist. And they meet at 13 because they both enjoy music and they go to the same music school. They start off as friends, but then when they reach their teenage years, their friendship slowly develops into something more. Something happens that makes Chadwick break up with Aurelia, and a domino effect where they break up, they get back together, they break up and get back together for reasons. But I tell you, Aurelia and Chadwick are meant to be. Like, they are meant to be. This book is so angsty. This book is so good. It's like if the Off Balance series by Lucia Franco and Candy Steiner's A Love Letter to Whiskey had a baby, it would be this book, because Aurelia and Chadwick really love music so much, and that just reminded me about how Kova and Rhea felt about gymnastics. And this book was so good. I read it because of Cynthia from Kindle After Dark on Instagram. On the Shore by Laura Pavlov. And we have Brinkley and Lincoln. Brinkley is a sports reporter, and Lincoln is a football player. Brinkley follows Lincoln in the man's bathroom, and Lincoln calls her out to the media about what she did, and in return, Brinkley gets fired from her job. So she goes back home to her small town of Cottonwood Cove. Lincoln, who's in the off season, goes to Cottonwood Cove because his manager has a vacation house there and he just wants somewhere to lie low away from the media. And Lincoln and Brinkley meet at a coffee shop, and Lincoln accuses Brinkley of stalking him, but Brinkley says she lives here and that he actually got her fired. Lincoln feels so bad about what happened to Brinkley when she offers to interview him so she can write an article on him. He agrees, so they are forced to spend time together because of the article, and they see that they got the wrong impressions of each other. He fell for Brinkley first, so if you like a hero that falls first, this is the book for you. I love how Lincoln interacted with Brinkley's family. The Darkness Beyond the Daisies is a dark romance. Please check your trigger warnings. In the start of the story, we have Jolie. Jolie's in the car with her father. They're going on a trip somewhere, but then there was an accident. Her father dies. Jolie is actually taken kidnapped by this couple to befriend their son because their son has a multiple personality disorder. And the father is very abusive towards his children, and the mother just doesn't care. And the hero has 3 different personalities: Woodrow, Hal, and Woody. And that's all I can pretty much say about it. And it's Jolie's romance with all 3 of the heroes' personalities. But again, please check your trigger warnings. Next, the last book I read. Oh, I forgot to mention I gave On the Shore 5 stars. I gave Maestro 5 stars. And then the last book I read is called Rookie Move, and we follow Isaac and Julian. Isaac and Julian are in the same hockey team. Isaac is a rookie and Julian is the senior player. One day, Julian is feeling down, so Isaac is there for him, and one thing leads to another, and they have like an intimate moment, and after that moment they form a romantic relationship, but Julian has baggage from a previous relationship that Isaac can tell is there, but Julian does not want to open up to Isaac about what happened in his previous relationship, but he knows something bad happened to him because he gets like these episodes. And if you read this book, it reminded me a lot of the rest of our story, and I loved it. I gave it 5 stars. I felt so horrible for Julian. It was heartbreaking what he went through, and because his past relationship, the guy was very abusive, but he does not want to tell Isaac what happened to him because he's embarrassed. And my heart just broke for him. Those are all the books that I read at the end of July. Please let me know down in the comments below, what did you read at the end of July? Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. That would mean the world to me. And I'll see ya. Okay, bye.